Welcome to this short video on Make Your Report Right Part 2. In the Part 1, we have discussed about the content development aspects for a report, and in this part, we will be looking into the formatting. By watching this video, you will understand the KCT project report format and its organization, formatting in MS Word, which is setting up formats, automation of table of contents, insertion of page numbers, and how to use Reference Manager Mendeley. This is the organization of KCT project report. We will have cover page, title page, bona fide certificate, acknowledgement, abstract, table of contents, list of tables, list of figures, list of symbols, abbreviations and nomenclature, chapters which include introduction, literature survey, methodology, results and discussion, conclusion and future work. We will also be listing the reference articles which we have used in our project. And it is also mandatory to include the plagiarism report from authentic plagiarism checking tools like Turnitin. The other important information and the source codes can be included in the appendix. This is the page requirement in a report. Abstract should be 1 page, introduction minimum of 4 pages, literature survey minimum of 15 pages, methodology 20 to 30 pages, conclusion and future work 3 pages minimum. As far as the page and text format is concerned, the margin should be 2.5 inch on both the sides. The font should be Times New Roman 14 size. The heading should be in uppercase and body should be in sentence case. The heading 1 should be center aligned, heading 2 and other headings should be left aligned. The body should be justified. We will look into some shortcuts and techniques in MS Word which will be very much helpful in preparing the report. In MS Word, we can predefine the different types of format which we are going to use in our project. Like for heading 1, in our case, we can go and modify for heading 1. In our case, the font should be Times New Roman and the size should be 14. It should be bold. The heading 1 should be center aligned and the color should be black and the spacing should be 1.5 line spacing. So like this we can predefine and we can automate the things. So we can save the heading 1. So whenever you type a heading 1, so you need not to worry about which font it is, which size it is. You can just select and give heading 1. It will be completely go according to our format. So likewise, so if our heading 2 is same thing, but it should be left aligned, black, Times New Roman 14 size, bold, left align, 1.5 line spacing. So if I select it as heading 2, it will be go according to our format. So introduction, heading 1, it will go. Heading 2, it will go like this. So like this, okay, spelling mistake. So like this we can set up the format which is required for our report in this area. So similarly, as I told you, for the body, it should be, if you can't find the heading, you can also create one. So create a style, you can put it as body and go to modify. So Times New Roman 14 it is not bold, so justified 1.5 line spacing, so it should be black automatic. Okay, so whatever you type, so for instance I will just try to copy something, but don't do this. So copy paste is not, you know, a good choice. So for time being, I'll just copy paste. So if you look at this format, it is not, it is not according to the format. It is not according to the actual format. So if you want to do that, so you need not to select this, go select and do these two things. You can just, you know, you can just select and give it as body, so it will go automatically according to our format. So similarly you can create any number of formats which you want to use in your report. So after setting all the necessary formats here, go and save the file as a Word template. So file, save as. You can save this as a Word template. So once you save this as a Word template, whatever format you set here will be remain unchanged. If you want to change the margin, you can set the margins here, or if you want to go to custom margins, go and set the margin. So next, oftentimes it is very difficult to include the table of contents, because if it is very difficult to go through each and every page, see the page number, come back to the table and edit it. So even after that, if you modify any page, if you include any content, obviously some title may go to next page, some content may go to next page, so that it will affect the entire table of contents. So there is a shortcut in MS Word. Through that you can automate the table of contents. So for that you can go to references, table of contents. Here there are a couple of automatic templates. You can use that, and also you can use the customized ones. So if you want to use customized one, you can go to custom table of contents. You can select, you can customize the things here. So if you want to have a table leader, um, in any format you can have, otherwise you can have it as empty. And even you can also try the font format in for a table of content. So table of content one, you can have it as Times New Roman 14, uh, automatic, which is black in color. So 1.5 line spacing, give as okay. And table of contents 2, you can have again Times New Roman 14, automatic, justified, 1.5 line spacing, give okay. So give okay. Again, if you want, this is whatever we have modified here. The TOC1 refers to the heading 1, the TOC2 refers to the heading 2, the TOC3 refers to the heading 3. You can, you can plan accordingly, like how many how many levels of headings you are going to have. So TOC, you can change it as Times New Roman 14 size, automatic, justified, 1.5 line space. Okay, give okay. So it will become like that. So if you give okay, you will get a table of content here. So even if you change, I'm moving this cam structure, to next page. You need not to go to a table and edit manually. You can just go, okay, you can just click that table and give update table. So you can give update entire table, it will be automatically changed. So you can think how this is getting included. So it is like, so one thing you have to remember here is, here you can find this is heading 1, this is heading 2. So whatever you give here, so if you select something as a heading 1, that will be reflected as a heading 1 in table of contents. If you give something as heading 2, that will be referred as heading 2 here. If you refer something as something else, like if you have given this as body, so that has not reflected in the table of content. So for example, next I am creating, let us say, let us have heading 3. So I'm just having Times New Roman 14, black color, center line 1 point, sorry, justified 1.5 line space, give. So under cam structure I am just giving cam operation. So if I select heading 3, okay, I forgot something, it should be bold. Okay, so if I do that, automatically go to references, just give update table. So update entire table, you will get cam operation as a heading 3. So next I want to have a heading 1. I am moving to next chapter. Let us say next chapter is literature survey. So I can say literature survey. Okay, survey. So I just select, go here, give us heading 1. So it will be automatically center line, it will go according to our format. And if I go here and I update my table, so I will get literature survey as a heading 1. So under that, if I am including a paper 1, like, so don't include the name as paper 1. So you need to have, you know you need to include the titles according to the format. For time being, I'm just having this as paper 1. I'm just selecting this as heading 2. So go to table and give update table. So paper 1 will come under my main heading chapter 1. So like this you can automate the table of contents. So next we will see the insertion of page numbers and how to customize it. So if you look at the a sample report, if you look at the sample report, we will be using the page numbers in numerals from the introduction. Before that, for abstract, table of contents, list of figures and list of tables and so on, we have used Roman letters as page numbers. So we have used two different we have used two different numbering for our pages. So we will see how to do that. So first I will remove the page number. So okay, so if you, as you all know how to give the page numbers, go to insert page number, set up the format, as we will be having the abstract and all those stuffs in beginning. So first we need to give the page numbers with Roman letters. So we will start with Roman letters and we have given. So we have set up the format and go to bottom of the page, center. So we have got the page numbers in Roman letters. But so for example, after some pages, so here we can say, for example, after page 3, you are planning to restart the page number, that too from normal numerals. So if you give enter and you put your content, so it will, the page number will look like in Roman letter. So how to do the page numbers to customize, so that after the page number Roman letter 3, all the pages should restart from 1, the page should restart from 1 and it will continue numbering. So let us say, so after page number 3, you just go to the starting of the page, which from where you want to have the renumbering. So just click it, go to insert, okay, sorry, go to page layout. Oh, go to page layout, go to breaks and next page. So if you give this page will become a new next page. So if you look at here, the page number got restarted. So it restarted from 1. So from here you can go and modify your page number format. Okay, so then go to insert, page numbers, page number format, and select this. So you will get this as 1 2 3. So if you keep on adding the pages, you will get the pages with this thing. So in page number, okay, okay, so if you go and update the table according to which format and which page number you have used, your table of content page number will get changed. So even if you go to main page after the page number 3, if you go to the restarted page number 1 and include some heading, so heading 2, and if you select this heading 2, okay, sorry, heading 1, so we will say anything, heading 1. So if you select this as heading 1, and just for an example, and go to update table, you update the table. So according to which page number we have used in our document, according to that you will get the table of contents. So this is how you can insert and customize the page numbers for your report. Next, we will see how to use the reference manager Mendeley. The Mendeley is a reference manager tool which can be downloaded from internet. You can just go to Google and say Mendeley desktop download. So you will get a link. Go in and download Mendeley desktop for Windows. Just download it and install it. It's just just a normal installation procedure. Just install it, and once you open, it will ask you to sign up with your email ID. And once you signed up, you can open the Mendeley tool. You can open the Mendeley desktop. So the Mendeley can be used to read your references from the starting of the project itself. It is not necessary that you can it is not like you should use the Mendeley only during preparation of reports. In fact, this is an efficient tool to have all your reference papers and to keep watching it. So the Mendeley is a great tool to keep track of your reference papers. You can create any new folder, like, and you can also import the reference papers into it. So you can give add files, or you can directly drag and drop, or you can give add files. So for example, let me put 2 or 3 pages. So you can just give add, go to add and select the papers that will be added, or you can also drag and drop from anywhere. And for reading, so it is very through Mendeley you can read your references very efficiently. So uh, so these are all pretty old papers. I will try to have some new paper, so that I'll add some new papers. Okay. So it is more convenient way to read your references than reading in PDF readers like Adobe and all. So you can you know, select, you can highlight the stuffs, so on and so forth. It is very easy tool. So you can just install and open, and you can add as many number of papers as you want in your project. So as far as referencing in report is concerned, so we will be, like sample, if you look at this. So in a literature survey, starting from literature survey, okay, okay. So you need to cite the paper. So uh, whatever content you are taking from some other's work, you need to cite that. So for that, you can use this reference managers. So like this, you need to cite. Of course, in this report, they have not used the reference manager. They have used, a manual editing. So using the reference manager to, include the reference is pretty easy way. So like, for example, if you are quoting something here, like the structure of camp consists of SRAM and a matching query. So if you are taking any valid point, anything which is done by others, if you are quoting that, if you are, not quoting, if you are making use of that particular statement, um, you need to reference, you need to cite that particular article. Okay, so in order to give the citation, you just, place the cursor wherever you want to have the citation, and go to insert citation, go to Mendeley. So the Mendeley window will be popped up. So you just select the paper from where you taken that particular, content, and just select it and give cite. So it will be automatically, the citation will be included. So in next line, so statement 2, in another statement, you want to, if you want to, include a citation in another statement, go to insert citation, go to Mendeley, and select whichever paper you want to cite, give cite. So you will get a citations like this. So at the end of the report, so the end of the report, if you look at the sample report, at the end you need to list all the reference articles that you have used in your project. So like this, so from 1 to 2, it is oftentimes it is very difficult to keep track of which is paper number 1, which is paper number 2. It is very difficult to manually go and type. So this reference manager eases that job. So after citing all the papers, if you want to have the list under the references, just go under the reference and give insert bibliography, where you will get the entire list with, the correct order. So whatever you have used as a reference one inside your report will be listed as one, and whatever you have referred as, reference number 2 will be listed as number 2, and as many reference papers you can cite. There are multiple formats for referencing. You can select which format you are going to use in your project report. So for that, you can go to open Mendeley, and you can select which format will be suitable and which format is, advisable as per your report format. So for us, we can select IEEE format and use this style. So if you select some other format, that references will be, listed according to that particular format. So this is how you can use reference manager Mendeley to, insert the references. So the next we will see about cross referencing. While including the figures, tables, and graphs, charts, you need to give the numbers and captions for it. And also in the text, while explaining, you will refer that particular image or that particular table, like figure 1 shows, figure 2 represents, and table 1 represents, like that. So that is known as cross referencing. Manually, you can give the numbers and captions, but there is also an option to automate the things in MS Word. So for that you need to go to references. Consider you are inserting an image like this, whatever image. So you need to give that a figure number and also the caption for it. So you need to give as figure 1, and you will be giving the captions. So in order, so and also while in the explanation you will also explain about figure 1 shows what, like that. So figure 1 shows something like that. So you will get, so you can do like this manually. So you can give the table numbers and captions manually here, and you can manually also refer whatever image you have used. But also here there is also a shortcut you can go to. So after inserting anything, it can be an image or table, go to insert caption and say what it is, whether it is a figure or it is a table, or even for equations also you can give the numbers. So it is a figure. So you can also say how it should be, like figure 1 or whatever. So and also you can give the captions here. So like uh, screenshot I'm giving. So according to your figure, you can give what it is actually. And here by default, it will have it as figure 1. And for example, if you are willing to use it as fig 1, you can give that as new label. So fig 1. So it will rename as fig. Okay, sorry. You need not to give 1. So you can give as fig. So it will get converted as fig 1 screenshot. So in what way you would like to give, you can do that. So after giving that, you can just give number. So it will be automatically added as fig 1 screenshot. So according to our format, you can go and customize the font. So you can also do the auto caption. So you can select which format you want to give the caption automatically. So and if you use any bitmap image, if you paste any bitmap image in the document, it will be automatically numbered, and it will be automatically numbered. You can go and give the caption alone. In your description, if you want to cite this picture, you can go to cross reference, and which thing you want to cross refer. Say for example you want to cross refer the figure, so give figure. So whatever figure you have included through insert caption will be listed here, and you can select the appropriate figure and say insert, and you can say, you can explain about that. And in the document, if you want to navigate where is that figure in a soft copy or in a PDF form, if you want to navigate to that particular figure, just go there, press Ctrl and just click it. It will be navigated to that particular document. Even if you include the picture in one page and refer it as another page, you just go press Ctrl and just click, it will be navigated to that particular thing. Like table of content automation, you can also automate the table of figures. So after including all the figures, just go and create insert table of figures. So we will give one more figure, so then we will understand. So I have inserted two figures, and insert caption figure 2 screenshot 2 I have given. So after giving all these things, you just go to wherever you want to paste your list of figures. Go place the cursor and insert table of figures. You can also modify which font you can also modify the fonts and formattings of your table of figures and say okay. All your whatever figure you have included in the project will be listed. Similarly, you can also include the numbers and captions for tables and also for equations. If you are including any table, so after including the table, go to references, insert caption. So in this time you are using the table, so give it as table and give the caption T1. It will be automatically numbered and labeled. So wherever you want to refer that table, you can go to cross refer. This time you are using table, so go to table and insert. You can cross refer as many tables as you have included. So similarly you can also automate the table of figures. So go to the place wherever you want to print the list of tables, place the cursor, give list of tables. The table will be listed along with the page number. It is just similar to what we have seen in the table of contents automation. I have one more recommendation of tool for drawing the circuits and block diagrams, which is uh, Lucidchart. So by using Lucidchart, it is very easy to draw any kind of charts or any kind of block diagrams or any kind of circuits. So you can just go to lucidchart.com and have your own account. So if you want to sign up, or you can just log in with Google. So once you logged in, you will get this page. You can go new, and from you can start from the template, or you can also create a blank document. So I'm starting from template. So if you want to create, so you can find all the you can find most of the blocks and most of the charts in this type. So standard, so you'll find like education and all those stuffs you will have. So and also you can select, like if you want to do some circuit diagram, so go to circuit. Here you can also create a blank circuit diagram or any schematic. So go to blank circuit diagram. The reason for going into the circuit diagram page is, so once it is opened, I'll show you. The reason for going into templates and creating a blank circuit diagram is, so if you create just a if you create just if you just create a blank document, it will not, that the tool will not have uh, what type of drawing you are going to make. But if you go into the circuits and then give a blank circuit diagram, it will know that you are going to create a circuit. According to it, it will give the tools for drawing the circuit. So if you give some flow chart or kind of thing, these automatically these stuffs will be related to flowchart. You will get the pick and place items related to the flowchart. If you give a circuit diagram, you will get the required tools for drawing a circuit in a home page itself. You can just pick and place whatever you want to have. So it can be any transistors or amplifiers, switches, whatever you want to use, you can just drag and drop. So even gates, all those stuffs you can drag and drop. So if you want to create any blocks, you can also do that from here. So go here. And connection is very simple thing. You can give like this, and also you can customize how you want to have the lines. Like here you can go and select the line formats, and you can give the darkness of the line also. Similarly for the blocks also, you can give the darkness and how you want to have. Like this you can do. So this is very easy and very efficient way to create your images. So I can show some of the images which I can show some of the circuits which I have created through this Lucidchart. So these are all the things I have created. Our sincere thanks to Dr. S.A. Pasupati, Head Department of ECE, Kumaraguru College of Technology, for his review, comments, and wonderful guidance throughout this work. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you.